Let me see. Let me try to put you back on the breakout room, Lucas. Just a second.
Thank you.
I think it's a bug on Zoom. I, Lucas, try to leave the Zoom and go back again on the meeting. So I think with that I can assign you again because now it's come. It's like you are on the second room, but you are not. You know. I think it's a bug.
Okay.
Let me see. Just a second, guys. Let me see if Luca is
No
going back.
problem. No problem.
And I will assign here again.
Ô, Bruna, my grandmom and my mom, they born in Bahia, Vitória da Conquista.
Seriously? Do they still
Mhm.
live here?
No, just my grandmother.
Oh, okay. It's a nice city. Very cold.
It's nice. Do you like?
I do. I live here since 2022, and I really like here, but it's very cold.
Nice. My grandmother, she went to Meio do Campo. I don't know it's this name. Meio do Campo. It's far or it's close. It's a little. I think I asked for my mom. Yeah, it's nice because I never see people to say about the da Conquista.
Yeah, I like here.
Nice. Good to know, Bruna.
Have you ever went here or been here?
No, I haven't. And last year I visit Brazil again, and I know I promised for my grandmother, but I didn't have a time for to visit because I think the by plan like 8 hour different between São Paulo and Vitória da Conquista. I think
By
8 hour, right? Or no?
no, by plane
By
it will
plan.
be like 3 hours, I guess.
3 hours? Oh no, sorry. Natal, yeah. 3 hours in Bahia. But my husband he needed to visit his family and I need to visit my family. But
Oh,
my grandmother it's too far. That's why I didn't visit her.
oh, okay.
But now I'm feel like arrependida because she is 98 old, you know.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
Arley, when you say Arley, when you start, can you do that? Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. I was waiting for Lucas, but I don't know if he has a
Okay.
problem. But let's go. So, hello YouTube. We are here for another English immersion. My name is Warley, and the topic for today is the minimalist lifestyle. So we're gonna talk a little bit about this topic. And this kind of immersion, or the main idea here is to focus on the conversation. You know, so this is not a regular class. I'm not an English teacher at all. So the idea is to focus on the conversation here and to focus on develop our fluency and our confidence as well as an English speaker. Okay, so let's move on and start with the question number one. In your opinion, what is the main difference between minimalism and accumulation? What do you think, Bruna, about that?
I think the main difference is the things that you have that you use every day and the things that you have and you don't use and they are only there to accumulate dust. For example, if you have a big family and you have like 20 units of cups, it makes sense. But if you have a little family and you have 20 units of cups, it doesn't make any sense because even if you are going to receive any visit, you probably won't use this amount of cups every day. So I think this is the difference between minimalism and accumulation. Is the things that you use and the things that you may use someday. You don't know when or how, or, you know. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. And why do you think this quite of accumulation idea works a lot? And why do you think people do that, you know?
I believe that is bigger today because it's easier to buy things online and it's easier to see things on your phone and think, oh, I need this, I will use this so much. And then when you buy it, it's something that don't work as well or something that is not something that you use always. And people are assuming that they need things that they don't need. For example, you need a computer. That's normal. Everybody needs one today, but you don't need or most of mostly most of people doesn't need a big computer with two interfaces and with the best SSD and you know what I mean? You won't use all of this. So you can have less and you can have a machine that you use the full potential or a little bit better, but you don't need the best machine if you won't use it just because everybody has it. I think that people are buying because they see other person that has this thing and and they want that as well.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a good point, you know, because nowadays I think we want a lot of things and we think that we want as actually a lot of things and we think that we need to buy a lot of things and we also think that we need something because someone has this thing or because someone have this thing, you know, and that's pretty complicated. This point of comparison is not just related to accumulation and buying things, but a lot of other things on social media and all this stuff. So it's pretty complicated to think about that. And in a general way, we don't need a lot of things that we buy, you know. And this
Mhm.
sense, that's the bad point, you know. But yeah, nowadays it's not so easy to be against that. So it's complicated. And what do you think, Ghislaine, about that? What's your opinion?
Mm, oh my gosh. For me, it's accumulation means keeping a lot of things. It's so hard for me because when I go to visit clients, the house, there is a lot of things. I feel very exhausted and like heavy, you know. And people minimalist, I think like the same me. I prefer because without less, for me, it's more easy for you looking for something in your house, for you putting the clothes, you know, and for your choice, the food, everything. It's more easy for me. This moment, I feel like a minimalist. For me, it's more easy to do something.
Yeah, it's maybe an idea about a clear mind, you know, when you have a lot of things, when you have accumulation, you think most, you know, and it's not so easy to do a lot of things, and you need to manage a lot of things as well. So maybe the minimalist lifestyle, it's easier to live as well, you know, because you don't have a lot of things and you don't think a lot of things. You know what you need, and that's enough, you know. It's actually
Yeah.
not so easy to do that in the practice, in the real life, but it's a nice idea, I believe. That's a good point. And then what about you, Gabriel? What do you think about this point?
I can define myself as a minimalist person because I think to my life I don't need a lot of pair of shoes a lot of clothes inside my wardrobe because the life is so beautiful. So these stuffs that you buy a lot in the online shops or another markets in your city, these things in the think by accumulation, these stuffs that you buy could buy you tomorrow. As I wanna say, these things that you bought could catch you tomorrow. So you've become these things you got to accumulate on your house, on your room. So for me, it's easy because you have little options to choose during your day by day when you need to choose the clothes to work, to hang out with your friends, or sometimes you have I don't have to buy some stuffs or some food, some feeds to foods to cook. And for me, the main difference between these two terms is how many you can buy, then how many stuffs you could buy to feed your ego, right? I think the main difference is so emotional, some kind of weird behave. I don't know. I am a minimalist person. I couldn't imagine myself buying some stuffs that I won't use anymore.
Yeah, that's a good point. And um, why do you think people are so the opposite of you? For example, why do you think people accumulate a lot, and um, which are the causes for that, in your opinion? Why do you think people do that?
Uh, Mental disease, emotional issue. I don't know because as I've said before, the life is beautiful. So I that's my desktop, and I just have it spend. I love to spend in here. This point is teeny, and I love to write with this pen. And if you give it to me a Mont Blanc pen as a gift, okay, thank you very much. But I use that. And if you give me uh, a box with the colorful pens, I would just use this pen, color blue, because for me it's useful. And for me, it's useful right now because I'm writing in my notebook. I'm writing here, and for me, it's enough. I don't need another pen with another color. But if you want to write with something with another color, that's good. There's some people that would like to collect some stuff as pens, as t-shirts, these stuffs that you could buy in other shops on your seed or online. But for me, the simple is enough. The simple is enough for life.
That's nice. That's nice. It's a good way to think, and to live the life as well. And uh, I believe that a lot of people don't think about that, and they don't use this approach, I believe. But it should be nice if they do that. Um, but I also think that's not so easy when you think about all the social media and all the technology and all this comparison and the capitalism model that we have as well. And it's not so easy to do that in this life that we have. But yeah, it's a good way to think. It's a good approach to follow as well. So yeah, that's a nice point. So let's move on to the question number three. Why do some individuals struggle to let go of possessions? It's some related question. So what do you think about that, Gislaine? What do you think people do that and why they do that?
It's so hard to say, but I think many people feel emotional, and it tends like remand then of people. I believe that, like memories. I think memories and past in the past moment. I hard to say goodbye to do that. I think so, but it's so hard to meet this because I left Brazil, and I left my house, my apartment for something. I need to sell this, and I need to start a new life in United States. If I need to come back, it's okay, you know. And there is a lot of people like I don't know. In here, it's the same. In another culture, it's the same. People like I think it is here. It's worse than Brazil because there is a lot of people like it's a accumulation house. A lot of thinking and. Here's oh my gosh, and I think because the supplies and a lot of things it's more cheap than Brazil, and that's why I think a lot of people I struggle. Yeah, it's so.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? Because when you are into accumulated people, actually accumulated person,
Mhm,
it's crazy to think about why people buy so many things and why they do that and why they give some importance about that, because
mhm,
you don't need a lot of things. You need some things that help you when you are working or to live and to have a better life, and that's nice. But a lot of things is just things, it's just accumulation, and it just, well, I need to buy that, and it would be nice if I had that, and it's just the pleasure to buy something, and to have this thing. And that's pretty crazy for me in a lot of when I see a lot of people doing that. And I really don't know why people do that, but in some points I understand, but it's some crazy, it's just some crazy thing when I was imagining why people need to buy a lot of things and need to have a lot of things and need to accumulate a lot of things. And
mhm,
I agree with you. It's like a cultural thing as well. We have this here in Brazil, and I think that in United States it's 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 worse. But yeah, I don't know. People are crazy in some levels, So it's it's funny as well. But yeah,
mhm.
and and what about you, Bruna? What do you think about that?
I think she's frozen.
Yeah, Bruna,
She's
can you hear me?
frozen. She's frozen, Arlie.
Yeah, I think she's not
Yeah.
hear me. So let's move on. Let me
Mhm,
ask you another question, Lenny.
mhm,
How do you think that people can decide when, well, I need to buy something, for example, or I want to buy something? How people can make this decision to not buy something? Do you think people maybe do you have a technique about that or a tip about that to
mhm.
make this decision more easier to not accumulation things and not to just focus on buy something and decide not to do that, for example?
Mhm. Yeah, for me it's easy to talk about this because, for example, I'm looking for before when I want to do something. Oh, Bruna, she's coming, and I start or can I continue or it was for
Yeah,
her?
you can continue. Yeah, you can continue.
Okay, okay, and I looking for too much, and if I needed it, if really I needed these things. Because if you put it in my house for true, like just stay in my house, like decoration, no, I can't buy these things. if I use it, it's okay. For example, when I buy a new shoes, I I put in the throw away another old shoes, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I was thinking about a technique that I heard before about that, and people in sometimes this technique say that you need to ask you about three questions to buy something. If you need this thing, if you have the money to buy this thing, and if you want exactly this thing, you know. And if you
Nice.
answer all the questions and that's yes, okay, you can buy that thing. But if it's not true, you don't need to buy that thing, you know. And in my opinion, the most important question on this on these three points are actually is uh, I need this thing, you know, because I want we want a lot of things, you know, and that's related to the desire and the comparison, all this stuff. And uh, in a general way, you are saying that you want something, but the question is, you actually need this thing? Do you actually
Mhm.
need that thing, you know? So that's the main point for me. And I use that a lot. And I think it's a good technique to use, you know.
Perfect technique. Perfect techniques.
That's
Wow.
that's a good point.
Thank you.
And
Thank you for share.
welcome, welcome.
Wow.
So Bruna, can you hear me right now? You were frozen
Yeah,
before.
I can hear
Okay,
you.
amazing, amazing. So let me follow the question number three. So let me know what you think about this question number three. Why do some individuals struggle to let go of possessions?
It's hard to tell, but I believe that it's a sentimental thing. They like I think some cases they have a void and they think that things can fulfill that void, but it probably can't because they still buying some things. So I believe that the void is still there. But I also think in another thing that is I move it a lot in different cities, but also in different houses, and I always saw that I had more things that I needed when I had to move. I always think that I have the things that I need, but when I have to move, I think, oh my God, I have so much stuff. Why? Why I have this much of stuff? So I think if one person lives in a house for her entire life, it will have some things that they don't use anymore, and probably is something that they don't realize they have and that they don't use anymore. It's probably something that they buy it and they use it for a while and then they just put in there and forget it about it. So I think it's a good way to like change out the furniture places so you can see everything that you have even if you are in the same house, so you can say, oh, I don't need this, I don't need this, and it's a good thing to do periodically, so you can see like every year, for example, so you can see all the new stuff that you don't use anymore.
Yeah, that's a good point, you know. Sometimes you don't realize that you have so many things in your house, for example, you know. So that's pretty crazy. You are just like buying a lot of things and a lot of things, and you are accumulating that, and you don't realize that you have so many things. Maybe when you need to move, you're gonna realize that. But that's a good point. And
Yeah,
um,
because may
yeah, go ahead,
can go.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. No problem.
Because something that I think, like you said, do I need this? Maybe today I need something, but like in
Hmm.
3 years, I won't need this anymore. Like, for example, if I'm starting college, it's not the case, but is an example. I will need a notebook. But after the graduation, I won't use this notebook anymore, but uh, it's there, like with all the notes that I take from my classes and that everything. So do I need this? color is not a book anymore, or no, it's something like that.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And sometimes you need to just check these points and this stuff and throw away or give for someone or something like that, you know. And sometimes you need that right now, as you said, but maybe in the future you don't need. You are gonna need that. So that's important to think, you know. And I think that a lot of people think about the emotional point related to some stuffs, you know. So maybe I have something, and that's I have an emotional feeling or a feeling about that because someone important for me gave me that or something like that. So maybe people think about, well, I need to maintain that because I have an emotional feeling or something like that with this stuff, you know. So that's also complicated because it's not related to just I don't need that or I need that. It's related to it's important for me, you know. So that's another complicated point. But yeah, you sometimes you just need to throw away and think about, well, I have the the records about that, and that's okay. I don't need this physical thing anymore, you know, or this idea. So yeah, I believe on that. So let's move on to the question number 5. Who actually I'm sorry, the question number 4. When did minimalism become such a popular lifestyle choice? I don't know if you agree with me, but nowadays I think a lot of people talk a lot about minimalism lifestyle, and it becomes like a trend thing, you know. And I don't know exactly why or the cause of that, but well, in a general way, what do you think about that? And when do you think that minimalism becomes such a popular trend or lifestyle choice? What do you think, Gislaine, about that?
It's funny what you say, because for me, I think this is become, for me, I think when it started, became, internet became, it's strange, you know, because I think there is a lot of information. It's too much information. That's why I I have a lot of information in my brain, and I remove a lot of things because my space needs to clean, and I put in my cell phone a lot of notes. I think this is a start when internet's start in my life. Wow, good question. Wow, yeah, I think that's it, because a lot of information for me, guys. I don't know, I don't work very well about this, and that's why I remove a lot of things, and I feel like free and more light about this. And if um if I know about this in my life, it's better. I didn't this before, a long time ago, because my mom, she said all the time for me, like the same. There is one, no animal, like bicho que tem monte de patas, eu não sei. I have a lot of shoes in my room, and now I think I have like three, just three pair. That's it, you know, too much. Like the same you, Bruna, when you share with us about when you move it, you know, it's so hard for to put in a lot of thing, a lot of stuff in your van, you know. I have a van, a lot of, oh my gosh, it's too much things, you know. And the furniture, I'm sorry, the furniture is the same. And because, guys, it's too much things, you know. You have a, now in my house, it's too clean. It's very clean. I feel, oh my gosh, it's comfortable when I wake up, when I go to sleep, you know. But before, oh my gosh, it's so bad, my life. Like, That's why I believe when it start became, I changed my life to be a minimalist, Warley.
Yeah, that's interesting, because I believe that when you think about internet and social media and all this stuff, in one hand, I believe that this quite of technology bring us to buy more things, in one hand. But in other hand, I think we have more information, more people sharing content and all this stuff about minimalism as well. And because of that, people become more minimalist. So that's
Okay.
crazy too, and that's funny to think about that. We have the both points and the both extremos points, but it's nice to think about the point or the strategy that you will follow. So I think that this quite of trend becomes so popular because of internet as well, because people started to share about that, and people realize that, well, we don't need all this stuff, and that's not so important. Maybe you are living for that, and uh, the model that capitalism that we have and the all this stuff uh, are bring us to that, but actually we don't need all this stuff, and that's nice. Yeah,
Mhm.
go ahead, John.
Okay, yes, I remember one thing. For example, I remember because I use it, cell phone, social media, too much, guys, in the past. And then that's why I remember, oh my gosh, why I bought something. Oh my gosh, and because I spend my time too much in social media. And when I wake up or wise to do something in my house for to drink water, for example, the cup thirsty, everything thirsty in my house. And I say, oh my gosh, I like to stay here in internet for follow someone, and my house is thirsty and everything I don't use. That's why I remove a lot of things, and then I thought, oh my gosh, I need to stop the internet too. And that's why I think it's both. It's work. It's helped me.
Yeah, and it's not just related to accumulate things and physical things. It's also related to accumulate the hours that we have on social media and seeing other people's life and all this stuff. And we do that a lot. It's not just related to physical things, and that's crazy, and that's pretty complicated to our lives in a general way. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. And what do you think, Bruno, about that? About question number 5?
Or
Yeah, 4. I'm sorry.
it's okay. So I think it can be a result of how people are buying so much stuff, such as you said. For one hand, people are consuming more products, etc., in the internet, and for another hand, we can have some people that want to go um, in the other way in this process. But I saw just I think last week a video that one person was saying, one girl was saying like, oh, I want a minimalist life, so I decided that I have to see all my clothes in my wardrobe, so I buy this wardrobe organizer so it can help me see all the clothes that I have. And I was like, so you want a minimalist life and then you buy something to help you having a minimalist life? So I was like, I don't think this should work like that. So I believe that people are doing their best, but sometimes they don't know how to do it because it's hard to realize that you don't need this. You don't need a big wardrobe with a lot of boxes inside it. You just need a wardrobe with few clothes and know what you have. I think this is a minimalist thing. You have to know everything that you have. So when you are going to buy a new thing, you can buy this, but you can see like, oh, I'm going to buy a new shirt. So what are all the paints that I have that will combine with the shirt? So I can see in my mind. I don't have to go to my wardrobe and see all the paints that I have, because if I have to go there to see it, it's probably not a minimalist way to live. So I think this the difference, I think as well.
Yeah, amazing. And I totally agree with you, you know. It's related to all the things that we imagine and all the approach that we have about wearing something and a professional lifestyle as well and all this stuff. And it's also it's always related to the approach that we have about accumulating things or not, you know. So it's not as I said before, it's not just related to accumulate physical things. It's about a lifestyle actually, you know. So it's related to a lot of things and about your life in a general way. So yeah, that's a good point. So welcome back, guys, to the main room. So let me know, what did you think about the immersion, about the topic? So what did you think, Marcio, about that? Let me know.
Yeah, I like a lot this topic because it is one topic nowadays is necessary talk about. A lot of people live more minimalist nowadays because it help our planet, not uh, uh, reduce the consume, reducing the trash, and another things. This topic is necessary talk about the reflect uh, uh, our our life this about this topic.
Amazing, amazing. And what about you, Diana? What did you think about the immersion and the topic?
Well, this immersion was very good because we could reflect about some things that I believe most of us don't think at all. Because I don't know, we have other types of things to think in our daily lives, but this topic was really important and the reflections was really great. I like it.
Amazing, amazing. And what about you, Samantha? Let me know your opinion.
For me, it's very interesting the talk. I think that minimalism is the real in society. For example, if you see the most building are constructed in a minimalist style, I think it's necessary to think if you are accumulated person or minimalism person. I think that for me is very interesting, the talk. Thanks so much.
Amazing, amazing, guys. So I would like to send here on the chat the link of the survey. As you said or not, this is an anonymous survey, so you can say what did you think about the immersion, and also suggest other topics that you want to talk about as well. Okay, so give me some feedbacks about the immersion and about the topic as well. So that's all. Thank you all for coming for the immersion, and I see you on the next time. Okay, so thank you and bye
Okay.
bye.
Thank you,
Thank
Ale.
you.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.